What's going on, guys? This is DJ with All Day DFS, and I hope y'all guys cashed in tonight. This is the After Dark edition recap, early picks, early look into the next day edition. But I hope y'all guys cashed in tonight. Let me know down below if y'all guys cashed in. Let me know how y'all did. I did see a lot of winners out there. I did see a lot of lines ruined by a few people. So let me know who brought it home for you. Let me know how y'all did. Let me know who ruined your night. As for me, kind of got off to a bad start. I had a couple winners, but I was down 100 because I bet it big on Giannis, Sabonis, and Harden line. I bet it big on. I was just so confident about Giannis, and he just had like the worst first half ever. Worst first half ever. And I'm sorry, guys, we got the notifications going on. But yeah, he had the worst first half ever. And then he almost caught up. I think he ended up tonight like with 50. I had him at 54, and he ended at 50. He didn't go over on assist. He didn't go over full game. And then I would have even recovered from that if the Nuggets would have not blown out the Hornets. I had Jokic on a couple big lines, and of course he couldn't get there because it was a huge blowout. So I was down like about $100 even after the winners that I had. I was down $100. And then I cashed in on the fourth quarter. I cashed in $500 on the fourth quarter of the Clippers and the Clippers and who? Jeez. Oh, the Clippers and Mavericks. I'm sorry. Had a brain fart there. Clippers and Mavericks. I cashed in. This is 2 nights in a row, and this is multiple times I've done this. In the last few weeks where I just cash in second half, fourth quarter. I think fourth quarter is even better than second half, especially if it's a close game, guys. If it's a close game, these guys are going to go at it. They're going to try hard. And I cashed in $500 in the fourth quarter. I had Luka going over, Leonard going over, George going over, Porzingis under. I had Reggie Jackson under. I did have a couple that I lost, like Lou Williams. I thought maybe he would hit a couple threes. He was only at 6 points, but I think he went under. PrizePicks really doesn't update the fourth quarter scoring until way after the game's over. But either way, I did my own scoring. I know that I won. I won $500. It's still not updated. It's $12.30 right now. But yeah, fourth quarter, second half might be the way to go. I mean, I'm starting to win. I'm analyzing, and this is how I won, guys. I analyzed. I mean, I don't just go in here and be like, oh, you know what? I think he's gonna do it. No, he's gonna do it. I went to the last 2 games. I could have done a couple more games, but I went to the last 2 games and I said, let me see. Reggie Jackson was just at 5 points. I said, it looks like 5 points just looks so easy. You know what I'm saying? But that's easy for a superstar. Again, these guys are role players, so you got to think 5 points is not as easy. So I went into the last 2 games. I checked the game flow, and I noticed that he rarely plays the fourth quarter. If he plays, he only plays a couple minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, because Lou Williams gets all the fourth quarter minutes. So I said, okay. So I went under on him. I'm like, it was a little scary because I'm like, it might be a DMP. Maybe he won't play at all, but he did come in because the Mavericks just took like a 15-point lead, and he came in like the last 2 or 3 minutes. I think 2 minutes. And so he got that 2 minutes, and obviously he didn't get there. So that helped me a lot. So yeah, it was a great night after all. So guys, like I said last night, just because you're down doesn't mean that you're gonna lose. Just because you've been down the whole day, if you still have a little bit of money left, you can still come back. And that's why I said, guys, don't go crazy spending all this money in the morning. Get those picks, get those nice ones like today. The Williams on the Celtics, that rebound, 7 rebounds. He smashed the 7 rebounds. Once we know Tristan Thompson was out, he smashed the 7 rebounds. I wish I would have put him in more lines. The Kenyon Martin at 36. Wow, that one was an easy one. That was like a gift. I did have a couple people let me down. Laurie Marketing, I had him over on the first half and full game, and he just didn't get there. He had 10 points in the first quarter, and then I don't know what happened in the second. If he hardly played in the second. So yeah, I'm not touching him again. Who else let us down? Buddy Hield again, tied 3 assists. I thought he was gonna go over this time. He did it last night, I think it was last night or the other night. Tied 3, and then he tied it again. If he would have went over, I would have won an extra $150 on that. But at least it wasn't a loser. He tied it. Who else let us down today? Who else? Of course, Giannis, Jokic. I had Murray going over on points. He was right there, and then of course the blowout. I did get Allen. I won on on Jaylen Brown on the promotion. I won on the assist, and I won on the points. So that one came in. Bradley Beal let me down. I had him on a line. Russell Westbrook went over, so that was good. So anyways, overall it was a good night. I got to come back, and it was great. So let's go ahead and look into this the next day. This board, PrizePicks, I think is catching up on this and saying, hey, you know what? Before we go to sleep, because I just, once these lines are set, they're rarely moved. They did move the Sexton line last night. They don't move, from night until the morning. They don't move again. So, but these projections look really high. Like 43 for Rudy. He was at 41. And just the other night when he let us down, he only got 39.9. He was at 41. Now he's at 43. It's against Washington, so it's a great matchup. But I don't think I'm going to touch that because that's high. If it was at 40, that's something. But I mean, they're catching up, and they're bumping up they're bumping them up high now early. 43 is the highest I've seen them early. Now he was 48 last night early, so he's 46 tonight. So he dropped 2. I don't think he even got to 40 today. He was right there at 40, but he definitely didn't get to 48. This guy has just been going over. I mean, not over, under every time. So anyways, let's just run through them before I go through everything. Getting carried away here. So let's go. Rudy, 43 versus Washington. As you can see, great matchup. 28th ranked, 29th versus his position. He's projected for 43.1. So they like him for the over, 0.1. Here's the thing. Utah versus Washington. Washington's not a great team. Utah is one of the best teams. The blowout today killed me with the Nuggets blowout killed me. So that's the thing. If you want to play Rudy, my recommendation is play him first half. If the game stays close at halftime, you're like, damn, I should have played him. Okay, don't worry about it. You still have the second half. The game's close, play him on the second half. But I'm just right now after that blowout today, and the blowouts thing. I know a lot of people say, hey, don't focus on the blowouts because you can't play like that, blah blah blah. But I'm definitely not gonna put no big money on Rudy because of that game because it looks like an easy matchup. But today again, Rashard Holmes from the Kings, he let down a lot of people. Some people put big money on his rebounds. He didn't get their full game. Who was he going against? He was going against Washington. Everybody thought he was going to smash. They didn't smash. Like I said, sometimes the matchups it looks like the best matchup in the world. He's going to kill it. And look what happens, So I had Jarrett Allen going over on boards versus the Celtics. The Celtics give up boards to centers. I thought Jarrett Allen can get over 10 boards. Didn't do it. So just be cautious. So right now for me, this is a fade. I wouldn't play it. If I had to play an over and under, if I had to make a pick, I would pick him on the over. But for me, I'm going to fade him. Beal at 46, I don't like it. I can tell right now I don't like it against Utah. But you never know. He can go off. He can smash. But look, 5th rank overall, 2nd rank versus his position. He's projected for 47.5, so they like him for the over right now. I don't know, Draft Dashboard. I don't know. Wow, his last 5 versus Utah, he had a 67 burger. He had a 51, a 18, and 35, 32. Let me go back to Rudy real quick so I can tell you the last 5. I forgot about that. The last 5 versus Washington. 38, 47, 47, 43. So he's hit 43 or gone over 3 out of 4 times. His last 5 games, 40, 77, 47. So he's gone over 3 out of 5. So back to Bradley. 5th rank, 2nd rank versus his position. He's been cold lately. From what it says here, but they like him for the slight over. Again, this is another one that I'm not going to touch because it's Utah, pretty good defense. But usually Westbrook, I don't know if they're switching it up. I think he has played the last one, or Westbrook might not play tomorrow. He's a rest candidate. It's back to back, so Westbrook might not play. If Westbrook doesn't play, obviously everything points to playing Bradley because he's going to have more usage, blah blah blah. But then again, that hasn't worked out a lot recently. That really hasn't worked out a lot recently. Just because Westbrook's not playing doesn't mean he's in a crush because they might focus all the defense on him. If Westbrook doesn't play, I would probably look at Rui. Rui Hachimura crushed today. He made a lot of people money today, and he's off the list now. He burned me a lot, but lately the last couple of times I played him, he's hit. So maybe if Westbrook doesn't play, Rui's the play. Or maybe Neto or somebody else. Just don't think just because Westbrook doesn't play that Beal's going to just go off. He can. All I'm saying is just be cautious because they might focus the defense on him and he ends up with a 40. He still could score 30 points and not get over 40. A lot of these scorers, a lot of them, they just score. I mean, they only get a couple boards, a couple assists, and it doesn't do much. They don't do much else. So unless they're scoring 40 points, 50 points, I mean, for him, that's a high score. So if he doesn't do too much else, But without Westbrook playing, I would like him for the assist. So we got to wait on the news for him. I have to wait to see if Westbrook is playing before I even think about anything about him. But he did let me down tonight. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I don't even want to mess with, because every time you think about it, you think, well, he's going to smash. Okay, he don't have nobody. They're shorthanded, and he keeps going on the under. 13th ranked, now 7th ranked versus his position. So it's not a good matchup. They have him projected for 39. Last 5 versus Atlanta, he's only gone over once. Last 5 games overall, he's gone over twice, 2 out of 4. Last 4 games. Last game he had 39 usage. But all he came up with was 25. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Right now, they have him 3 points below. I would go with the under. I would play the under on Shai. I don't know if it's just, I haven't watched the games. I don't really care for OKC, so I don't know how the game flow is. I don't know what it is that he's doing, or maybe he's still having good games, but that 42 is just too high. Next we got Trey Young. So this is what I'm talking about. PrizePicks is looks like they might start raising. It looks like they're raising these early bets, because I've never seen Trey Young at 47. I usually see him at 44, 45 early, or maybe 46. 46 I think might have been the highest I've seen Trey Young. So they have him at 47 right now versus OKC. So his last 5 versus OKC, he's gone over 1 time. So he's last 4. He's 1 for 4. And his last 5 games overall, he's only gone over 47 2 times, 2 out of that 5. 25th ranked, 17th ranked versus his position. So it's a decent matchup. They have him projected for 42.5. So that's they're like almost 5 points, 4.5 points under what he is right now. That's another tough one. I mean, because Trey Young could definitely smash. We know that. We know he drops assists like crazy. He can get hot from the 3. Another thing to think about is the blowout. I mean, Atlanta could definitely blow out OKC, especially if Capella playing. I think Capella might be questionable. Let's look and see what Collins is at tomorrow. Collins did good last game. He won people money. He went over. He hit. If they have Collins at 32, even at 34, I think I'm gonna jump on Collins. I think I'm gonna fade Trey, because I don't know. I just see maybe a blowout happening, or I don't see him getting there. So if I had to play him, I would play him on the under. Next we got Booch versus New York. They have him at 48. Seems like it's been forever since the Magic played. I'm a Magic fan, by the way. They're the closest team to where I live at. So they're ranked 4th overall, 18th versus his position. The pace is going to be a slow pace game. So he's gone over 2 times. He's hit 48, and then he had a 49. So, but he had 247. So he's been there, and the other one was a 44. So he's right there. So his last 5 games overall, 58, 37, 47, 48, 57. So he's hit or gone over 3 out of 5. Draft dashboard has him at 48.1. I guess for me, it comes down to who's. I think Gordon's questionable. Fournier's questionable. I don't know about Ross. I mean, it seems like the Magic don't have anybody to play anymore. I hope they get a number 1 draft pick, or at least a top 3 to get one of those stars. Suggs, Green, Cade, one of those guys. Because this is a dreadful season. If those guys don't play, I mean, I would probably pick them on the over. Why not? I mean, if they can keep it close, I think he'll get there. But then again, we don't know. And then New York's a tough defense, so that right there is a fade for me. I'll have to wait to see who else is playing for that one. Next, we got Julius versus Orlando at 46. They're 24th ranked overall, 15th ranked versus his position. They have him predicted at 46.1. His last 5 versus Orlando, he had a 33 last game. So his last 5 versus Orlando, he has not gone over 46. His last 5 overall, he's gone over 4 out of 5. So see, that's where it comes in tough, because you look at it from I look at it, I'm like, okay, he hasn't gone over versus Orlando, but his last 5, he's gone over 4 out of 5. So is he finally going to have that good game versus Orlando, or is it just a trend? Orlando plays him good, you know? I mean, you got Aminu. Aminu's back. He's pretty decent defensively. You got Okiki. Okiki's a good young defensive player. Um, Mo Bamba don't get no minutes. Poor Mo Bamba. I mean, right now it's tough because they have him 0.1 over, but as you can see, he hasn't gone over versus Orlando. I don't know. I think if I had to play him, I think he's been playing good lately. I would play him on the over. He's over 0.1. I would play him on the over, but I probably would just push it because 46 is a high start. If he was at 44, usually Julius is like at 44, 45, 44. Like I'm saying, PrizePicks got smart tonight, guys. PrizePicks got smart, and they started these guys off high. So, I mean, like now the play might be to go under on these guys because PrizePicks is playing. I mean, we're going to have to get PrizePicks. I mean, I know everybody always wants to go for the over. That's always the play. Let's go the over. I see some of us are getting smart. I mean, I'm doing it now more. I see more picks out there going under. Probably not enough yet, but I mean, we're going to have to get smart and go on the unders. I mean, I know we like the unders are not fun because, you're cheering for somebody to do bad. But remember, on under, you start off the game winning. You start off the game winning. If we would have went under on Giannis, we would have went under on Jokic, we would have won tonight, guys. Like I've said before, a superstar, their projections are so high. So if they get off to a bad start, it's really hard for them to catch up. Now Giannis started balling and he turned up in the second half, but no matter how much he did, I mean, he got a ton of rebounds, scored a lot of points. He couldn't reach his projection because he had such a bad first half. So you just got to remember, some of these superstars, they don't have superstar nights every single night. They're going to have a bad shooting night. They're going to get into foul trouble. I had Mason Plumlee. He's not a superstar, but just for example, he would have went over tonight. I really liked him tonight. He would have went over, but he got in foul trouble, so he missed a lot of minutes in the second half. He still had a chance to go over, but he missed free throws, so that killed it. But you got to just remember, any of these superstars, they just have a bad night. Like I said, bad night, bad rotations. We know these coaches. Sometimes, if they're up by 10 points, they'll wait forever to bring the person in the second quarter. They'll play them almost the whole first quarter, and then they're up by like 8-10 points. If they got a good lead, these coaches rest these players. I mean, that's more like of a first half play, but it could come back to haunt them, because they get less minutes and they don't get to get that high projection. So just be cautious on the high projections. So I would play him on the over. They have him over by 0.1 tomorrow. I'll look at some different sites and see what they have him at. But right now, if I had to play him, I would play him on the over. Next, we got Zion. Now, Zion did, I know he did good last game versus the Blazers. So we got green all across the board. Definitely a good play. 23 ranked overall, 20th ranked versus position. They have him projected at 38.3. Wow, that's really, really low. He just came off of 47. He came off of 47 versus Portland, but he did have a 35. And wow, Zion's been playing badly. I didn't really know that. I guess I haven't. Ever since Price Point started raising Zion's projections, I haven't played him as much. I was playing him more in the first half, but his last 5, he's really only had like one good game. Now his last 5 versus Portland: 47, 54, 37, 50. So he's gone over 3 out of 4. They have him projected at 38.3. But for me, based on this last game that he played, based on looking at that game, they don't have nobody to guard Zion. Zion is just a bully in there. Nobody can match up with him. Who's gonna guard him? Cantor? I don't think so. I like Zion for the over. And these are the 2 guys that I like tonight. I'm gonna lock these 2 guys in. This is the only 2. I usually get greedy. That's my problem. I was talking in the chat group, and I'm like, I just have such a hard time doing a 2-pick power. Not because I don't agree with it. I know that a 2-pick power is the easiest one, if you're going to do powers or, picks. But it's just me. I get greedy because I do a 2-pick and I see the return and I'm like, I want more than that. That's my problem. So usually what I would do is I would pick these two. And I would look for one other one to pair with them so I can at least get a 5-time return. I'm like, no, I gotta have at least a 5-time return, but not tonight. Tonight I'm going with these 2. So let's look at Dame. So Dame is green all across the board. Dame just dropped 50 points on these guys. Dame just had Let me see. He had a 68 burger. a 68 burger. So I mean, what are you gonna say? 68 and 74 his last two versus New Orleans. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna see that and you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna go the under on 50? Hell no. There's no way I'm going to. He had 50 life real points. He's at 50 here. He had 50 life real points. Does he go for 50 again? I don't think so. You know, maybe they're going to have some kind of strategy. Maybe they'll double team him. I don't know what. But if he just had 68, I definitely think he can get 51. So I'm going for the over. These are my two picks for tonight. I'm not even doing 4. I'm going to do 2. Zion and Dame. I'm going to put big money. I'm going to put a good amount of money on it. And those are my 2 for tonight. So let me know down below who you guys like. Let me know if there's anybody else you like. If I had to do a 3-pick, just for anybody out there that wants a 3-pick, I probably would put Shea under. Shea or Bradley Beal. I don't really want to touch anybody else. And again, Bradley Beal, we have to wait to see if Westbrook is playing or not. So the only 2 guys I like on the board tonight is Dame and Zion. I hope this is not something that continues. I hope it's just because it was just a one-night thing, and they go back lower tomorrow. But Zion and Dame are the ones I'm playing tonight. Again, I hope y'all guys cashed in. I hope y'all guys had a great night. I did see a lot of winners out there. Y'all guys might have to start flexing. If y'all guys flex a lot of these, you'll get a lot more winners. You don't get that big cash in, but at least you're not losing. So we gotta remember that. So again, let me know down below how it went. If y'all guys want to join our Discord, the link is right there. Come in and join it. Again, we share picks all day in there, and again, some of them hit. So we're sharing picks that are winners. I shared my 4th quarter pick. I've been sharing it on Twitter too, trying to help people because I'm starting to get people that are asking me for 4th quarter lines or second half lines. So I'm trying to do everything I can. So sometimes, as you're just you're so busy trying to get these picks in before the timer runs out that you get the pick in and you don't really think about it. You're like, oh damn, let me go ahead and share this for whoever wants to follow. I did throw up a winning line in the 4th quarter, a 4th quarter winning line. So if anybody followed that, I threw it up on Twitter. But if you join the Discord, you'll get all the access to that in there. We're not charging nothing. We're just in there trying to help and do everything that we can so we can all make money and we can all eat and we can all have a good night. So again, if you want to join, come in and join us. If you like the draft dashboard tool that I use, there's a link down there to get that. If this is your first time seeing a PrizePick video, go ahead and join with that code, with my code number right there, and you get 100% match up to $100. So I'll see y'all guys tomorrow with my top 5. We got MLB on the board. Let me know if anybody out there knows about MLB. Let's do some of that stuff. We want to get some other sports going on. So again, I'll see y'all guys tomorrow.